how's it going, everyone? It's me, Mugen, and today is a very special day. I just got home from work. I haven't showered, I haven't done anything just because I wanted to get home and record a video because I'm genuinely excited. I'm on break and I check my phone, I check Twitter because nothing's happening in the world, and then I see a bunch of people I follow talking about how Berserk is coming back, and I'm thinking, maybe, surely that's, and then I see a couple more viable sources, and then I find the statement, and I'm literally jumping in my seat, going to my coworkers saying Berserk is back, and they're looking at me like, what? It's true, it's real, it's coming back, it's going to continual serialization, which is huge. It's such a big deal, and I guess I want to talk about my thoughts, feelings, some little stuff, and some of the important things that maybe we can talk about, right? I'm sure there are people out there who are saying, I knew it, I told you so, it was gonna happen, until they get an official statement it was gonna happen, which is fair. They never really gave an official statement. It's been now over a year since Miura-san's passing, which rest in peace. And it's been crazy to think that it's been over a year and now finally having the answer that we wanted, whether or not it was going to continue. And it looks like it is. Serialization this month. There'll be a new chapter this month. But yeah, June 24th it looks like, which is insane. It's actually kind of hard to process that this might actually be real. I kind of want to give some context for maybe uninitiated because they'll see Berserk trending. Essentially, Berserk is a long-running manga series, bear with me initiated, that is critically acclaimed in all senses of the word and never was finished because unfortunately the author, Miura-san, passed away. And so there was doubts about whether or not the story was going to continue. The last chapter that he had worked on was completed with the help of his assistants after his passing, and then that was the ending that a lot of people were happy with. And to me, to a degree, I was happy with that as an ending. But now seeing that's actually going to come back and maybe getting answers to the things that we wanted to see is something that is actually genuinely exciting to me. And I actually am hopeful and excited for what's going to happen. Now, I bet there's a lot of people who, maybe are X to doubt, essentially. In fact, my fellow Australian, Joey the Anime Man, essentially said that, it's going to continue and that he's conflicted in his eyes that Berserk ended when Miura-sensei passed away. To which I guess that is true to an extent for a lot of people. A lot of people probably feel like maybe the series won't be what it used to be if they read it. And I understand that that's probably a concern. And maybe it's true. But I think it's what's great about Berserk is that maybe there is an ending for a lot of people with the final chapter of 364. I think it's a bold choice to choose serialization. And there's a lot of things that have been talked about in the opening statement. You go look and I'll link the tweet to the official statement that's been translated. Note that the translation is a bit iffy there. It's not one-to-one exactly, but it gets across the basic things that are going to transpire in the coming months. Number one is that the new chapter will be coming out at the end of the month in 2.5 weeks. And also that it was a decision that wasn't taken lightly. And the assistants talked about it, and it was something that you could tell weighed heavily on them. There's a lot of risk involved in continuing the serialization. You could create an ending that fans actually hate, and maybe, again, a lot of people may not like the new progress of where the story's going, the new style. Maybe there'll be something about it that's changed and they can't put their finger on it. Stuff like that can hinder a series, but I think as long as fans are excited to see something new and fresh to come from Berserk, in a way, it will be kind of a tribute to Miura-san in a lot of ways. And I think, again, Miura-san, regardless, in his own words, wanted it to continue. There's a lot of things that have been talked about in the opening statement, of course. Upon resuming the series, they said, our production team decided on a basic policy. Mr. Miura said so. This is what the production team kept in mind. Since he did not leave behind rough drafts, it is impossible for us to create a manuscript exactly in the way he would have intended. However, we will write the manga so as not to deviate from Mr. Miura's own words. We would like to take the Kentaro Miura that we knew so fondly through our conversations and work and convey this to all of you in a sincere manner. We believe that this policy, although imperfect, is the best way to deliver the Berserk that Mr. Miura envisioned to everyone as faithfully as possible. To which I think is a very, very honest statement. And I think it's something that comes genuinely from the heart. I think there'll probably be a lot of people out there who think that maybe this is just a cash grab from Young Animal, the magazine that basically publishes Berserk. And I disagree. There is so much risk in continuing Berserk. There is so much room for failure. We'll see when the things come out. We'll see if it changes. We'll see if it won't. But I think Miura-san will probably be happy to see that people are picking up the mantle and continuing with it. From the next issue, we will first publish 6 chapters until the end of the Fantasia arc / Elf Island chapter. After this, we will start a new arc Credits after the resumption will be original work by Kentaro Miura, manga by Studio Gaga. The one thing that maybe has a lot of people interested, maybe having some questions, is that it's all going to be supervised by Kuji Mori. Now, Kuji Mori is a mangaka who was I believe a school friend of Miura-san in Nihon University, and has been a close friend with him for many years, has talked with him about many chapters that came out through the story. And according to Koji Mori's own statement, which also it will be in the same tweet when I link it, he is one of the only people that Miura-san told the entire story to. Not word for word, but the major beats, this to this to this, and some lines that Griffith would say and Guts would say. And Koji Mori has since said in his statement that essentially he will be supervising the story and being consulted on the story, and he will help publish every single chapter, ideally to help keep it in line with what Miura-san had that he was going to do for future chapters. It's impossible to know exactly what he wanted, right? We won't actually ever know unless he wrote it down somewhere, but I think Koji Mori knows that his friend would want him to continue his work, and it'd be a disservice to him not to. I think genuinely this is probably one of the better kind of reimaginings or re-serializations of any kind of series. There's been so many shows that I've loved that even though they got cancelled, I'm kind of glad that they never brought them back. There's so many shows that maybe with a reboot made them worse, or maybe sequel series made them worse. So it is tampering with something that is already in a lot of people's minds perfection. But I think to not try at all wouldn't be the Berserk or Kentaro Miura way, right? And I'm biased in the sense that I'll read it. I'm excited, right? And I'm happy to have this because I fell in love with Berserk only last year. I got into manga because of Berserk. I got into reading manga because of Berserk. So to have this be something that is possible, and to me be a part of a community that is genuinely so passionate that they're happy to not have anything to then get this is just I think it's just really genuinely exciting. I never thought it would happen at least within a year of him passing away, or I think if it were to happen, it would happen 10 years from now. But to see this happen is incredible, and I'm still kind of starstruck. I was just smiling at work the entire time, which, if you're smiling at a job that you think is kind of okay, that's crazy. The fact they could do that. I wouldn't say I'm the biggest Berserk fan. I'm not, by far, I guess, and I wouldn't even try and measure myself to other people. But to have a story that has gripped me in a way that not many can, to then get treatment of wanting to continue it, not for the sake of money, not for the sake of continuity, but for the sake of the love of storytelling and the world that this guy created, a friend, a mentor, an artist, and wanting to continue it is something that I don't think we'll ever see in a long time, not even in film. So I'm genuinely happy to see something like this being created. And I am excited to read Holy Land because it's already on my list. I didn't even know Koji Mori. I didn't even know until this statement came out that they were friends. So I'm excited to see what it is he brings to the series, genuinely. And I'm excited to read Holy Land. Maybe we'll get some style continuity. I don't know. Maybe he'll try his best to make it more Miura and less himself. But again, we won't know until the newest chapter came out. You can bet your ass I'll be making a video about that because it'll be so exciting and it'll be a joy to read. I can't express what it'd be like to turn the first page from a page that I thought was the end for a long time. I guess we'll wait and see. I want to know what you guys think. Genuinely, are you excited? Are you nervous? I think it's okay to feel both these things, an excitement, a nervousness, and anxiety about whether or not this means. Just know at the end of the day, it's a piece of artwork that you yourself have an attachment to, and there are things you can ignore and there are things you can acknowledge. I mean, Berserk has never had a great run in terms of being adapted into different formats. No one's ever happy with one adaptation. I know we're all not happy with a certain adaptation, but I want to hear what you guys think, genuinely. Please, just tell me. I'm going to be kicking myself every day just waiting for this to happen. It's like an early Christmas in a way, and it's going to be weird to think, hey, chapter 384 came out. That's going to happen one day. I guess I just also want to say at the end of the day, thank you, Young Animal, for giving Miura's assistants, whatever your names are, Miura's assistants, thank you for saying and wanting to do this, because I imagine it's not going to be easy. Thank you, Koji Mori, for taking up the mantle. And yeah, thank you for just deciding, yes, we'll do it and we will resume it. And I guess I want to thank you guys as well for watching my videos, being nerdy about Berserk with me, because this is like so exciting. And I imagine there are people, especially like, you know, Real Life Ryan, Masked Man, other YouTubers who are probably freaking out the fact that, yo, we're getting Hunter x Hunter back. We're getting Berserk back. Literally the icing on the cake for manga fans would be Vagabond finally gets a new chapter or something like that. That would be like the biggest, this would be the craziest year ever. But anyway, again, please let me know what you think. Thank you for watching. Thank you to Miura's team. Thank you, Miura-san. Rest in peace. And I can't wait to see what the future brings for the series. And regardless of what happens at all, it's going to be exciting nonetheless. If you enjoyed the video, subscribe, because I'll definitely be talking about these chapters in the future. And I'd appreciate a like if you enjoyed the video. A couple videos until the end of the month. So until then, my name's Mugen. As always, have a good one.